I will bring your murderer to justice, Father. This, I swear. You've come to the town of Ontis at an unfortunate time, traveler. I myself have only just returned. Coming home to bury one's father is never an easy thing. What other explanation is there? My father, Oberyn, was town constable. He wrote to me about investigating some suspicious deaths. Then suddenly, I get a letter telling me he had died. I requested leave from the Legion and returned as fast as I could. Not yet. First, I volunteered to replace him as constable. Then I had to make the arrangements to bury him. With multiple deaths to investigate, I need to hire a deputy. So what do you say, traveler? Interested in the job? Your first task is to familiarize yourself with what's happening here. The graveyard is a good place to start. Notice the number of recent markers and the similar causes of death. Go on. We can talk again after you examine the newer grave markers. Ontis attracts workers from both the Highlands and Hammerfell. It's known for its prosperous ranch, and the quarry has made a fortune supplying Cyrodiil with stone to repair keeps on all sides of the war. As a legionary, I'm not thrilled about that. I was. Still am, I suppose. My commanding officer granted me leave to put my father's affairs in order. When that's done, then I'll decide if I'm still needed here, or if my place is back with the West Weald Legion. Come. Tell me your thoughts, Deputy. You examined the newest grave markers. Give me your impressions, Deputy. Indeed. My father wrote that both the ranch and the quarry were working their laborers very hard of late. But prior to this, I never heard of a fever that strikes down strong, healthy workers in the prime of their lives. They call it fatigue fever. So the town leaders would have everyone believe. My father made no mention of feeling unwell in his last letter. It was dated the same day he died. He often wrote to me about his investigations, said it helped him think through all the permutations. Just that he was baffled. He described fatigue fever as a strange illness that was killing workers, but he had a feeling there was more involved in the deaths. He suspected foul play, and so do I. All right, enough chatter. Let's get back to it. Talk to some of the townsfolk. They may be more willing to open up to a stranger than to me. You'd be surprised what ordinary folk pick up on when those in power fail to notice. My father's letter said he was planning to question Grokuk at the Stone Chip, ranch overseer Marak, and quarry boss Larina. Let's start where he left off and talk to them. Then, check my father's office. I haven't been able to do that yet. Just see what they have to say about recent events. The deaths of their fellow workers. My father. What they think about fatigue fever. My father must have assumed they had something to tell him. We need to follow up on that. My father's office. My office now, I suppose. It's been unoccupied since he died. I know I need to go in there. Take stock of things, but it's hard. If you could see if anything related to our investigation stands out, I'd appreciate it.
Welcome to the Stone Ship Tavern and Gambling Den, stranger. Looking for work in Ontis? Or did you come to our fine establishment because you heard we host the best games of chance this side of the Strid? So you're Yabrin's new deputy? Good. She could use the help. I'm not sure I could come back and dive into work after losing someone as close as Yabrin was to her father. What can I tell you, deputy? Constable Albrin was a good man. Kept the peace here. Made sure the workers, both native townsfolk and recent arrivals, got along. He was a friend. I know he was concerned about the illness spreading through town. Shame it killed him. We talked all the time. As I said, we were friends. He'd sometimes inquire if there was any chatter in the stone chip he needed to worry about. But the only news I can think of is that a lot of our regulars from the quarry haven't been in a while. Not much to tell. We're a small town full of hard-working people. Most everyone is employed by the Carvane Ranch or the Raxley Quarry. Baron Carvane and Lady Raxley have always had sort of a friendly rivalry, but lately it seems less cordial. The ranch makes a substantial profit providing food for the town and the region. While the quarry has had some success, since the war for the throne heated up, it's begun to challenge the Baron's status and put us... It's the illness affecting the workers. Took Constable Albrin, too. We saw the first signs of it a few months back. It started innocently. He was? That's a good question. I suppose maybe it was a little strange that only people who work at the ranch or the quarry were getting sick. Until, that is, Healer Navalma and Albrin got ill. The disease came upon them and they died very quickly.
Despite rumors to the contrary, Carvane Ranch only hires qualified applicants. Seasoned ranch hands only. We have no time or inclination to train novices. And we especially have no need of rowdies. Perhaps you should... Ah, I see. I had an appointment to speak to her late father. Unfortunately, he succumbed to that terrible malady before that occurred. I'll tell you what I plan to tell him. No crime plagues the town of Ontis. Just a lamentable disease. Isn't that the nature of lawkeepers? To see a crime behind every event? Guilt is the source of every motivation? Baron Carvane ordered me to cooperate, as long as it didn't interfere with the business of the ranch. You really are new. The Baron owns Carvane Ranch, which feeds most of Weald. This fatigue fever, as it has come to be known, is a burden on business, but you can't toss a disease in the dungeon. If there is nothing else, good day to you.
Another worker out sick, and right after one of my best died in his sleep. You look strong. Interested in making some coin in the quarry, stranger? Constable Ulbrin's daughter? Look, if this is about that conversation I had with Yabrin's father, I must have been mistaken. I don't know anything about the illness, other than I've lost more quarriers lately than I can replace. Briefly, I thought I noticed something, but I was wrong. Besides, he died before we could talk more. Look, the illness is bad, but my remaining quarriers are more than making up for the workers we lost. Beyond that, I have nothing more to say. Listen, I'm just the crew boss. I hire quarriers and keep them busy. If you have questions beyond that, you need to talk to Lady Raxley. She owns the quarry and knows a lot more about what you're asking than I do.
Deputy, were you able to interview the townsfolk I suggested? I wonder what my father hoped to get out of talking to them. I know this is all tied to fatigue fever. I just don't know how. What about the constable's office? Did you find anything important there? My father's notebook? It describes how productivity increased lately, at both the quarry and the ranch. Interesting. And he mentions how the town healer died suddenly, before she could share her findings. 2 suspicious deaths that break the pattern. That 2 healthy people, not connected to the ranch or quarry, were suddenly inflicted with fatigue fever and died faster than any other victims. My father planned to talk to Baron Carvane and Lady Raxley next. Do that, while I investigate the healer. Let's rally at the Stone Chip Tavern when you're done, Deputy.
The Carvane Ranch does not sell to individual buyers. This is not a general store. Might I suggest the market's in Skingrad? Or perhaps you can purchase a meal at the Stone Chip Tavern. Glad to hear that young Yabrin has gotten right to work. Her father would be proud. But I am uncertain as to what I can tell you that would help advance her investigation. What exactly is she investigating, by the way? I didn't realize that sickness and illness were now the purview of the town constable. I can tell you what I know. A strange disease has befallen workers at my ranch and at Raxley's quarry. Unfortunate, but there's no crime that I can see. Is it? No matter. None of this is a concern to me, and I have no idea how to help you. I have enough to do just to keep the ranch running in these difficult times. So if there is nothing else, I'll bid you good day and good luck with your...
If you're looking for work, please talk to Quarry Boss Lorena. I have more important things to do. Yabrin's back? I assumed she was fighting in Cyrodiil, or guarding the Count's precious bear. If this is about Ulbrin's suspicions, I'll tell you what I told the healer. My quarriers enjoy the rewards that come with hard work. Illness is... Did it? I don't recall any standing appointments. The constable always treated me with the respect I deserve. He never found it inconceivable that Emperor Leovic personally granted an Argonian an imperial title. Not like Baron Carvane. My business is none of your concern. We struggled in the past, and were almost forced to sell to Carvane, but we turned things around. All it took was a war, a demand for stone, and for our quarriers to work a little harder.
I heard there's a crater in the middle of Selphora now, and not much else.
Deputy, over here. Deputy, I have a message for you from Constable Yabrin. The constable said she found something at the healers that pointed to a possible source of fatigue fever. She asked me to let you know, and that you should meet up with her. She wants you to help her search Carvane Manor and Lady Raxley's tower. That I couldn't say. She wasn't exactly eager to share the details of her investigation in the middle of a town gambling den. But between you and me, if Carvane and Raxley aren't guilty of this, they sure as Tusk are guilty of something. Carvane Manor's south of town, on the Carvane Ranch. Watch yourself there. The ranch hands don't take kindly to trespassers. As for Lady Raxley's tower, it's north of town, looming over the quarry.
can use this. Onward and upward. Any more? I need some tea. How would you describe that bouquet? Clean? Bright? Zesty? Use your words.
Ah, there you are. We should investigate Zegger's blind next.
No. We must get this right before our performance.
Good find, cohort.
Good. You found it. This place used to be crawling with goblins. Let's see what's in here now.
How invigorating!
There's a key here in that desk. Take it, and see if it unlocks any of the drawers. Not for that desk? Then let's find the lock that key opens. Over there. Try the key in that desk. They're after us. And Graku. I'll go warn him. You destroy this alchemical equipment.
my life's work?
Any more? I need some tea.
Damn. Mercenaries got the drop on me. Constable Yabrin. They busted in right after she arrived. Mercenaries by the looks of them. I tried to help, but I'm not the fighter I used to be. They took Yabrin. They made a point of shouting so everyone could hear. Fatigue fever is your fault, you and your crooked father. I know that's not true. They want to... Yeah! Yeah!
Agree to sign the confession, Yabrin. My patience won't last forever.
Over here.
Give me that.
Get me out of these bonds.
I'll sign her damn name. In case you haven't noticed, we've got company.
The deputy. Mercenaries, kill them and dump the elixir into the reservoir. Come, Rexley. We need to get out of here.
Deputy, you stop the mercenaries. I'll go after Carvane and Raxley.
Let's get this over with.
I never did like lawfolk.
You'll pay for that! I've got them. What happened at the reservoir, Deputy? I can't believe I allowed myself to get captured by this bunch. If my fellow legionaries hear about this... But tell me, did you stop the mercenaries from polluting the reservoir? Good. And we have enough evidence to implicate them. Not only in the deaths of Healer Navama and my father, but in the deaths of all those workers. Their alchemist created an elixir. That's another death to lay at their feet. And all in the name of profit. They plan to destroy the town, blame it all on me, and run off with their ill-gotten gold. I'm just glad you... I'll present the evidence we collected to the magistrate in Skingrad. Help determine who takes over the ranch and quarry. Ontis needs those businesses to continue, though without the danger of fatigue fever. Here's your pay, Deputy. I hope my father can rest easier now. I finished what he started, and brought the murderers to justice. I'll see them get whatever punishment the magistrate deems acceptable. That's a good question. I haven't quite decided yet. I want to stick around long enough to wrap this all up. See Cart? I might have to. I'll need help rounding up...
We're done here. Agreed, you arse.
Here for his bones. Fine. Real rotten ruin of all the days. I'm sorry you had to see that, Traveler. Our family drama is a poor welcome to Vashabar. Those two old timber pigs were our fathers. My beloved Clendigal and I simply can't get them to see reason. We want to be married. And our fathers, trees take them, won't hear of it. You just saw the backside of an argument we've had many times. This was the last. Clen and I are going to leave. Start a new life. They don't see eye to eye on anything. It's like they want to grind each other into bone meal. Long story. If you're inclined, find my Agawen Cyril and tell her we're leaving. We need supplies, and she might be willing to help us. Cyril's my aunt. She owns the beer garden at the center of town. You can't miss her. Ifray, the singer himself, must have sent you.
Oh, what a brilliant idea!
Sorry. Perhaps where you're from that's an option, but not for us. We've plenty of family friends, but no one like that. Oakenburl. Clen and I both lost our mothers when we were young. It's one of the things that drew us together. We need...
Welcome, Traveller. This is the Vashabar Garden of Ale. I'm the owner and host, Cyril. Did I hear Ray's voices just now? Was that Lainey and her father? Green preserve me. My brother Nidalee are an old mint for the problem here, sure enough. They've never seen eye to eye. But since Vashabar grew, their views have petrified like ancient bark. Neither will bend, but it's the lovelies who suffer. Easy enough. I'll do it. But look, Lainey and Clendigal deserve love and their village both. Can you go talk to those old goats? Tell them their children plan to leave. Maybe that will make them finally see reason. How can you... I have just the thing. Take these. I brewed up a few casks of Jaga earlier this week. Offer them a drink, and maybe they'll be more inclined to listen. Those old manners should be in pod houses around the village. Of course. You're kind to involve your... Pig's milk. Primarily, it's my own recipe, so there's a bit of this and a bit of that in there for flavour and body. If you like that, you should taste my rot meth. I've been brewing a batch for Lainey's wedding ceremony since she was a baby.
If we must.
If Freeze needs a stranger, welcome. What can this old green speaker do for you? My sister sent you? With Jaga, no less, eh? Well, what's my sister up to this time? Well, I'll drink with you, stranger, and I'll hear what you have to say. Cyril does make some mighty fine Jaga. Rabbit dung! Laney will be our next green speaker. Has she never abandoned her duty to the green? Damn Mint and his Dawnwhite spawn? Are there weeds in our garden? I won't allow this marriage. I'll make that clear to Laney. As soon as I finish this jogger. Yeah, must be Cyril's new batch. Yeah, no matter. A union between Laney and that son of a Dawnwhite does not have my support. Not at all. I'll make sure.
Ah, a visitor. Normally I'd welcome a chance to talk about the future of the Weald, but this isn't the best time. Our leader, well, we've had a setback recently. Jaga? From Cyril? For me? What? Ridiculous! Clendergall belongs here. I want him to see the world from the top of the canopy, not the bottom of the forest floor. And after King Nantharian's lies and betrayal, I need my son by my side more than ever. No, he can't marry the daughter of a Green Speaker. The outdated customs of the Green Pact have held my people back for far too long. I understand what you and Cyril tried to do here, but my mind is made up. Now excuse me.
We need to be prepared, just in case.
There you are. I've got a good start on gathering supplies for Laney and Clendergall. How was your chat with those two? Could give lessons in cussedness to a timber mammoth. And now they'll be looking for the loving couple. Damn. My niece can't leave. If only... If their fathers won't budge, can we convince Laney and Clendergall to stay? I know those two. They'd never be happy as outcasts. If they stay, there's always a chance we can sort this out. I still need to work on these supplies. Would you be willing to talk to some... Gandelian. He's Laney's growfather. Helped her walk for the first time. Ah, a Millennial. Clendergall's tutor with a blade. Both of them should be nearby.
Ah, a visitor on a mission. Like a ring? A new face in Vashabar. Beautiful like the pelt of a Sench tiger cub. Fresh from the den and curious about the world. No! What? No! All of a sudden I'm back, holding Laney's hand as she takes a shaky step like a fawn in a glade. Oh, my heart. This is because of their fathers, isn't it? Nidalee, you foolish old man. I can't, stranger. I'm sorry. I teach the children if they want to leave, they should. It would be wrong to say different to Lainey. Oh, I'm like a litter of fisher pups on the inside. All flailing limbs and lashing tails. I can't Oh, thank you for asking.
Another student, perhaps? Traveler, are you looking to practice the blade? In the mood for a sparring match? Wendigal, leave? But the village is freshly grown. And it feels like just yesterday I was helping him choose a training blade. I know how much he loves that young woman. If they think they have to leave town to be married, well... No, I'm sorry. If they want to go, I respect their decision. But... The Dawnway teaches us that knowledge of the past can build a path to the future. Our Wilderhall holds all the old knowledge of our clan. Maybe there's something in there that could help Lainey and Clendigal. Maybe there's still some way forward here.
We can't take a portal?
Ah, the outsider. I've seen you running to and fro, traveler. On a quest to help our young couple, I believe. How goes the journey? Nidalee will not bend. Minth will not sway. They revere our culture, but learn nothing from the trees. If the couple chooses to leave, I will not speak against them. Every living being must be allowed to grow as it wills. It is a repository of knowledge from Valenwood, a connection to the deep history of our people. I hoped the singer might send you my way. I believe a text from the hall may offer a solution. Seek out a... It allows a Bosmer community to determine its future, to step in where growth has stagnated. If Lainey and Clendigal perform the rite, Vashabar can make its voice known. And not even Nidalee or Minth can silence the voice of the village. The Wilder Hall is just east of here.
Things that may never have been. Memories fleeting.
Singer be praised, you're back. What did they say? A look at... a right? Ah, don't. Ah, Ifra's arse. This is amazing. Where did you dig up this relic? I never even thought to ask him. Brilliant. Go tell the loving couple. In the meantime, I'll gather Minth and Nidalee as many... With the fathers hunting for them, I told Lainey and Clem to hide out. They have a little love nest in an overgrown ruin on the southern edge of town. I bet they're there.
Here. Here.
Damn it! Fine. Then we make for Varen's Wall.
Right. From there, we head for Anvil. But it's... Oh! Traveler. Hello. I see Cyril found you. This is a happy place for us, Traveler. I hope you've come with news to match. An old scroll. Huh. I've never heard of this before. The rite of propagation. We gather some symbols, present them... The spinner! I didn't even know he liked me. Thank you. You have no idea what this means to us. The Dawnway means so much to me and my family. It draws from Ayleid culture. She's been mouthing words at me over your shoulder. Meet her where we began the ceremony to grow Vashabar. She thinks a dormant seed pod will represent her quite well.
I can't rotting believe it. Can you rotting believe it, Clem?
Ha! The sooner we get those symbols, the faster we can start planning for whether...
Someday you'll make something surprising with that. And tranquility.
I'm here, friend. If you're ready, let's head inside. The wildlife down here might see us.
Fight, do they?
The Heartland elves never did anything halfway, did they? Troll! That's a big troll! That's it, traveler! An Ayleid mosaic that represents me perfectly. Someday we'll have to explore this ruin more completely. Not today, though.
Traveler, be careful. Bugs are plenty here. I'll be hearing that rotten buzzing for days.
Any more?
They want to fight, do they?
Got it. Let's get out of here. See you back in Vashabar. Yeah. We face the bugs.
Vashabar, Laney, and Clendergold have returned. Let them be heard.
Cyril, what's the meaning of this? Someone explain to me what's going on. You again. My sister's... A rite of propagation? Did you put them up to this? There hasn't been a rite like this enacted since I was a child back in Valenwood. What does my daughter hope to accomplish with this archaic rite? Outrageous. I'll drink my jog.
Vashabar, we need your help. Laney and I want to marry.
As you all know, our fathers refused to support us. And so, we invoke the rite of propagation, an ancient Bosmer custom.
We gathered these symbols, representations of our roles in the village. An Ayleid mosaic for me.
And a green spring seed for me. Friend, you helped us find them. Please bring them forth.
These symbols represent our commitment to the village, and to each other.
Our future lies in whatever you decide. Do we have your support?
Well, what do you say, Vashabar? Do you support this union?
Aye!
Ha! There it is. Congratulations, you two. Let's give the couple a moment. Drinks for everyone.
All right, you old arse. The village is spoken, so let's make the best of this.
This hardly feels real. They rotting. I don't know whether to dance or cry. I think I'll do both, after Clem and I have a few of Cyril's potent drinks. Let's get through this party first and let the village sober up. I can't thank you enough. You and...
Extraordinary!